I'm Tom Cardoso, a reporter with the Globe and Mail's investigations team. In my work, I've filed more Freedom of Information requests than I care to remember. And sometimes those requests lead to big headaches. Maybe your FOI is overdue, or maybe the public body is telling you the documents you're after just don't exist. Even worse, maybe you filed a request, you were excited to see you're about to receive hundreds of pages, only to find out that they're all heavily redacted. So, where do you start when you're filing an appeal? Let's get into it. To handle issues like these, each federal, provincial, and territorial government has an appeals body, an impartial third party that can weigh in on these disputes. These are usually called Information and Privacy Commissioners, or IPCs for short. In a few jurisdictions, they're also known as ombudsmen. Though their powers vary by jurisdiction, each office can investigate complaints and assign mediators, investigators, and adjudicators to find a resolution. Usually, you'll be filling out a form. Some have online forms, and others will want the form mailed or emailed. Include as much detail as you can in your submission, including when did you file this request? What did you ask for? What is the appeal concerning? Also, attach all copies of letters and correspondence that you've had with the FOI office. In Ontario, most FOI appeals will cost you $25. Appeals in all other jurisdictions are free. Personally, I first consult the website of the IPC that has jurisdiction over the FOI request. They'll lay out how to file an FOI appeal. Bear in mind, though, that in some jurisdictions, this is known as a complaint or a request for review. Here's how I usually approach each type of appeal. Delays. These appeals are simplest. If your file is overdue, you just note the file's deadline is passed and that's it. Extensions. You'll need to explain why you believe a claimed extension is unreasonable. Improper search. Give the adjudicator any evidence you have that the files you're looking for exist. Fees. You may be challenging a fee estimate or fee waiver decision. For the estimate, you might point to past fee estimates from other organizations or ask for a detailed breakdown of how the public body arrived at its estimate. For a waiver, you'll need to demonstrate financial hardship or show that there's an overriding public interest in the records, which would qualify you for a fee waiver. Record formats. Explain why you wanted the record in the requested format. Unless the format you've requested is really unreasonable, the public body should provide the files to you. This comes up a lot with FOIs for datasets. Public bodies love releasing spreadsheets in PDF form, making the data useless instead of providing something more reasonable like a Microsoft Excel file. Redactions. Fights over redactions or withheld records are by far the most complex and time-consuming types of appeals. Redaction appeals can often seem confusing or inscrutable to people that have never filed one before. The public body's representations may be written by lawyers who might make their arguments over dozens of pages. So, how do you go about appealing a redaction? Well, there's the easy way and the hard way. If you take the easy route, you won't be fighting a legalistic battle. That said, you should still write a letter to the appeals body to outline your concerns and why you requested the records in the first place. I like to joke that the hard way involves putting on your lawyer hat and making the arguments yourself. Alternatively, you can seek legal help. Either way, this path will take up more of your time and may cost you money if you hire representation. If you're curious about bringing a redaction appeal yourself, our online guide walks you through the basics. You can find more information on our site, secretcanada.com. Well, you can expect a wait. Most appeals bodies are inundated with complaints and may be slow to assign an officer to your case. Once the appeal is formally started, they usually follow a two-step model. In the first step, officers will try to mediate your dispute with the public body. Almost all cases are resolved this way. Failing that, the appeal moves to a more legalistic adjudication or investigation phase. Adjudication follows a tribunal model. It's a court-like process where legal arguments are made. So you'll be asked to provide your arguments for why the appeal is justified and why the appeals body should rule in your favor. The public body will do the same. The length and complexity of your arguments will depend on the type of appeal you filed. Arguing appeals yourself may sound difficult, but I actually really enjoy them, and they're especially fun when you win. But keep in mind that even if you do win your appeal, the public body may still disagree. At that point, your only option is to go to court, for which you'll need a lawyer. Very few lawyers specialize in FOI, however, so for a list of legal clinics that may be able to help you or direct you, check out our online guides.